All right, guys, so welcome to the final day, the grand finale of the beginners boot camp. Okay, and today, like I said yesterday, we saved the best for the last. All right, there's a lot you learned today that will help you put things in perspective and give you some sort of a springboard into making profits in the foreign exchange market. All right. So today I want to merge our understanding of support, resistance, and trends. All right. So yesterday we dealt with support, resistance, and trends. So let me ask us a few questions just to have an idea if we are really following. Now, what do we do when price is in an uptrend? Do we buy or do we sell? Let me have your question, the answer in the chat box. What do we do in an uptrend? So if we see that price is in an uptrend, what do we do? Are we interested in buying or selling? Okay, Paul Pressure said we buy, Paddy said we buy, Sade said we buy. Perfect. We are buying. Good. So when price, Lori said we buy, so we're all correct. When price is at a resistance, when price is at resistance, what do we do? Do we buy or do we sell? When price is at resistance, what do? We sell. Perfect. All right. And then our knowledge. So I'm glad we all get that little. It's a very, very basic concept. As basic as what this is, a lot of people neglect it. Okay. Would neglect it. Now, what do we say about trends? So this is an uptrend. You have higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. This is how a trend look like. Now, in an uptrend that we are interested in buying, at what zone are you now interested in buying? Remember that in an uptrend, this is higher lows, right? Higher lows, higher lows. So you're interested in price forming a higher low, right? And then you look for buys at that higher low. So now the question now remains, how do you know where this higher low is going to be initiated? How do you know when to start or where to start buying in an uptrend? It's very, very simple, like we discussed yesterday. In an uptrend, we want to be buying at support. Okay? We want to buy at support. And in a downtrend, we want to sell at resistance. Okay? In an uptrend, we want to buy at a support. Okay? And in an in a downtrend, we want to sell at resistance. So let's see what I'm talking about here. So basically, if this is the market structure that you have, so you want to now wait for price to retrace. You want to wait for price to correct into an area of support. Once price gets to that area of support, you now want to look for entries inside that support. And yesterday we talked about how we can confirm or validate support, right? We said to validate support, we need to have at least 2 touches of that support. That validates the support. Okay, so when price retraces into that support, you wait for your validation to happen, and then you also look out for some other confluence before you start taking entries. And I was able to establish in day one that in this beginners class, we are not going to be talking about entries, because if you are talking about entries in 3 days, that is information overload for us at our level. to learn about entries, you'll be learning all of that in our intermediate workshop. So this is a beginner's workshop. We also have intermediate workshop. All right. So what you learn in this bootcamp is to know the zones where you should be looking to take entries. All right. Mr. Adi is asking, after support reverse. Mr. Day, I'm not sure I understand your comments. If you can rephrase it, that would be really nice, so I can talk about what you're talking about. Okay, so yeah, so and in a downtrend, like so, in a downtrend, we have impulse correction like this. So if you see that price is in a downtrend like so, you want to look for selling opportunities in an area of resistance. So you want to wait for price to retrace or correct into a resistance before you start looking for selling opportunities. So this is resistance. Okay. And this is an area of support. Resistance, this is support. Are we together, guys? So now let's see how all of these play out in the market. Okay, in the market. So very, very swiftly, we can see this. Let me find an ideal scenario for us. An ideal scenario will be, okay. So let's see what's going on right in front of us. Right in front of us. You can see price is bullish, right? You have impulse, correction, okay? You have impulse. In this kind of scenario, so let's assume that price was here. So in playing that back, so this is a bullish environment. Price is ranging up, and in a bullish environment like so, we are looking for buy opportunity. So when you see something like this, and then you see that the market momentum is bullish, the next thing we want to start looking for is a support zone. Okay, so on this impulse leg now, you don't want to be looking for areas of support where you want price to retrace into. Once price retraces into that support, you want to be looking for entry at that particular zone. And over here, we have a support. Over here, we have support here, and we have support here. Okay, so let us mark out all these support zones. We have this, the last bearish candle before the, so this is support zone. This is a support. So price might not get to all the support. This is a support. Okay, so whichever support zone that we see action, we are looking to take entry at those zones. Okay, so what did price do? Let's play this forward. So price got into that first level of support. Now, the next thing that you do, once price gets into this zone, the next thing you want to do is to now validate that particular support. All right, you want to validate the support. And in validating that particular support, what are we looking forward to? We are looking forward to getting at least 2 touches to validate that support. and invalidating the support. Now we are on a time frame. We are looking at this particular analysis. We are on the 4-hour time frame, H4. Okay. Invalidating this particular support, we can look for the 2 touches on this same time frame, or we go to a lower time frame. So a lower time frame can be 30 minutes, can be 15 minutes, can be 5 minutes, can be 30 minutes. Okay. If you are looking at this analysis now on the 4-hour time frame, because over here, which is a support zone, we are looking to take entry inside this support. But we just don't want to take an entry blindly. We want to first of all validate the support to be sure that, okay, we can take a buy trade in this session, in this zone. So in validating it, you can validate it on this same time frame that you're analyzing, or you go to a lower time frame. All right. If we are validating it on this H4, now we have first touch, like this is the first touch. First time that's on acted as support. Second time is when price came here. So right now, based on this particular time frame, now this is the second touch. Are we going to see a pullback? So if price should, if this support zone should bounce price back up, and if bounce up like so, the next time that price retraces into that support zone, we'll be interested in looking for buying opportunities. Okay. On the flip side as well, if you want to validate the support zone by going to a lower time frame, let's see if we can go to 15 minutes from here. Good. So on 15 minutes right now, we have this touch here. All right. Are we going to see a bounce off from the zone? Let's put it up forward. Okay, so you can see what price is doing. Oops, hold on. Now, check out what price did here. Price we've already validated the zone. Okay, and when price retraced on the 15 minutes, about validation of the zone, you can see this right here. Where is it? You see as price, when price came into the zone like so, you see the bounce off from that zone. Okay. Oops, hold on. Sorry about that. Now you see when price came into the zone, you see the bounce off from that zone. And then the next time that price came into that zone, the third touch, you can see price going all the way up. So if you had known this, if you had done this on a lower time frame, you'd have taken entries somewhere here. Okay. And then if you are taking a buy entry, if you are taking a buy entry, you see price going your direction. You would have been in serious and deep profit. Okay, so that is an example as to how to validate and take entries at support zone. Unfortunately, like I said, in time, we are going to talk about how you can take entries, entry strategies, what you should look out for before you start taking entries. We'll get to that level. But right now, let me emphasize that at our level, if we are beginners, I just need you to know the zone in which price is reacting. Once you can find a good zone, entry is not that hard. It's just for you to wait for some certain confirmations. But if you are able to get the right zones in which you'll be buying and selling, you've done almost 60% of the work. Okay, so let's go back to 4-hour time frame. Now, on the 4-hour time frame, did we see a double confirmation of the zone? No. So on the 4-hour time frame, what happened? So price just touched it one time. Okay, so price just touched that support zone once, and then you can see price going all the way up. So let's delete all our stuff. So that means price didn't get to all of these other support zones. But because you understand support, and then because you also understand that we are only looking for support zones in an uptrend, you are able to figure out that, okay, one way or the other, price should give us some sort of action here. If we don't get action at this place, right, possibly we'll get action here, or we get action here. So you are simply waiting for price to get into your zone. And that zone is your point of interest, is a zone in which you are interested in placing a trade. So you just don't look at the market and start taking trades anyhow. No, you have to wait for some things to align. Okay, so, and trading takes a lot of patience. For example, if you are to take this particular trade right now, you would have waited for, let's say, from here to here. How many hours did you wait for? From here to here. You would have waited for 20 hours for price to retrace into the zone. Can you wait for 1 day, 2 days for price to get to your point of interest, to your zone of interest? Okay, so we'll also talk about discipline very, very shortly, but just know that trading takes a lot of patience. It is 80% waiting. You are waiting most of the time, and then it is 10% or 20% action. All right. So let's play that forward, and let's see more examples. So is price going to give us a continuation of that uptrend? All right. So what do we have here? So price has given us another higher high. You have impulse correction, and then you have a higher high. Okay. So once you have something like this, okay, you have a higher high, like so, which is a continuation of that bullish environment, that uptrend. In an uptrend, you are looking for buying opportunities. So on this impulse leg right here, you are looking for support zones. So you want to be taking entry at support. So let's highlight the different support zones that we have here. Okay, so we have this, the support, this area. We can see activity of support here. You can see activity of support here. So if we mark it out, what do we have? If I take it here, from here to here, this is a support. Okay, and also if I'm taking this, I'll highlight everything here. This is also support. So as someone that knows this, what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for price to retrace into my point of interest. So once price gets into these zones, I'm looking forward to a buy opportunity to continue the move. Okay. Now, let's play it forward. So once price gets into our support, we want to validate that support. We want to see some action in that support. Okay. So, and you can validate the support on this same time frame, or you go to a lower time frame. So if you are, for example, if you are looking at this analysis on the 1 hour time frame, for example, if the 1 hour time frame is your higher time frame, you might want to go to like the 5 minutes or 15 minutes for your lower time frame. Okay. If your higher time frame is the daily time frame, your lower time frame is going to be, let's say, 30 minutes time frame, the 1 hour time frame, or the 4 hour time frame. Okay, so let's see price action at this support. So let's play that forward real quick. So here's it. Price tapped into this zone. Okay, are we going to see a rejection at this zone to validate this zone for us? Are we going to see it? We don't know. So let's just keep playing it forward. So perfect. As you can see, let me remove my indicator. As you can see, price tapped into this zone. You can see this bullish candle. So you can see a rejection. So this alone confirms that, okay, okay, we're back. So the next time that price will now retrace, get back into this zone now, we want to look for opportunity to buy. So before we buy, we're going to be looking for some confirmations, confluence from set of things to occur before we buy. Okay, let's play that forward and see exactly what price did. Oops, sorry, let's go back. Let's go back, sorry about that. So I think we were somewhere here. We're somewhere here. Okay, on the 4 hours now, so let's play it forward. What did price do? Okay, so price came into that zone, tapped into this other support that we found, and then what did price do? Price started going all the way up. Did we sustain that upward momentum? Yes, the momentum was sustained. As you can see, this bullish move that we've seen, okay, where did it start from? It started from an area of support in an uptrend. So if you had a trading strategy, an entry system, you could have found a very, very good entry inside the zone, and then you would have made profits from here. So let's say you picked entry somewhere here, for example, from here to here, a potential of 183 pips, right? If you had used, let's say, a mini lot of 0.1, you would have made nothing less than $180, okay, just from one particular trade, right? Let's find another example, and then we'll move forward. Now, what is price doing? So price is still, let's replay this with this here. So what did price do? So before we get there, let's see this. So what did price do? This was the previous high, like so. You can see price giving us a higher high. So price is still in an uptrend. And in an uptrend, you are interested in what? Waiting for price to retrace into a support area. It is on this leg that you are interested in looking for support. So where are the support zones on this leg? You can see this area, you can see this area. So let's mark that out. You draw out your support zones. The support is right here. Okay, so I taught also how to draw support yesterday, either yesterday or Monday. Okay. Now, so we're waiting for price to retrace into this zone. either this zone or these zones, and then we look for buy opportunities. So price has gotten into this zone. What can we see? Can we see a bounce? So to validate this place, so play this, let's play it out for. So price has gotten into the zone. Okay, you can see that push up. So we can see that rejection, right? At that support. That means the next time that price gets back into the zone, which it has done, we can look for opportunity to buy. So let's see if we can see a bullish move. We can see price picked up. So once this was the second bounce, okay, bounce of this week here, and that validated this support zone. The next time that price came into the zone, what happened? You have found an entry, and they can see how price went all the way up. This upward move, where did it start from? It picked up from where? From support in an uptrend. Okay, now we have a new high. We have a new high like so. So that means price is still in an uptrend, isn't it? So this is structure. You can see impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. So price is still in an uptrend. What do you do in an uptrend? You are interested in buying. So on this particular leg now, okay, you want to identify a support. So we can see this particular support here. Let's draw that out. This is a support zone. So you're waiting for price to retrace into the zone and then look for opportunity to buy. Let's see, can we see action in this zone? Let's play that forward. Good. So price broke into the zone. Ultimately, extended into the previous support over here. So let's see if we can draw that all the way back. Okay. So from here, there has been one touch. So let's go to a lower time frame and validate the zone properly. Right. There are a lot of nuances to these things, right? On lower time frames, we would have found opportunity to buy here. Now, this particular scenario is very, very peculiar. But when we move to intermediate, I'll be explaining some things to us. This is not ideal for this conversation, but ultimately, where the price starts moving up from, where is the zone that price started buying from? It is from this zone, okay? This support zone. And then there are times that in a support zone or resistance zone, there's something called, Cynthia said, my voice is a bit down. Okay, let me know if it's better now. Do we all think my voice is down? Can it be your audio, Cynthia? If my voice is okay so far, please let me type in a 1 in the chat box. If my voice is okay, type in a 1. If you can hear me clearly, type in a 1. If you can't hear me clearly, type in 2. Okay, so my voice is okay. So Cynthia, try and check your own audio. Maybe there's something you've not fully set up. Okay. So Faith, you're welcome on board. Who else is joining us? Basi, you're also welcome. So Faith, please, everybody that is in right now, you want to wait to the end of this session. I'm going to talk about the community again. Now, I'm saying that I don't want to leave us after these 3 days and just leave you to find your way. I want to add everybody into a separate WhatsApp group so that you can do your assignments properly. If you have questions, you can post your questions in the group and get as it will be some sort of a community for you as a beginner to properly knock off all of these concepts, right? But in order for you to be a part of that group where you get access to ongoing mentorship, you need to be a funded client of Tentrade. So what I mean by that, that means you need to, what's it called? Fund your account, okay, with any amount of money. So you must have money in your account, possibly at least $50 to be a part of that. So Faith, I know you just signed up this week. So I need you to also be a part of that so that you can fast track your journey. Okay? Does that sound good to you? Faith and Adam and Bassi are the ones that just joined us, and Paul Precious. Okay, let me know if that sounds good to you. All right. And if you want to be a part of that, drop your phone number on the chat box right now. Somebody's going to contact you and add you to the platform. Okay. So if you want to be a part of the WhatsApp group, you into the platform. All right. So let's move on. Okay. Fantastic. All right. So good. Good. My All right, guys, I'm back. Apologies. You couldn't hear me. I said I needed to attend to an emergency. Okay, so that is fixed. So now for people that have dropped their number, I see Faith, Bassi, and Adam. Perfect. Also, Paul Precious. You will be contacted. by one of our support officers, and they will get you on board. Now, ultimately, what you're going to see is that when price is in an uptrend and you identify a support zone, in that area, you're going to see activity. And there's something that you'd also get to learn in the intermediate classes called stop loss hunting. Because when we start talking about entries, we'll be letting ourselves know the zones in which we should be putting our stop loss and our take profit. And there are times that the market makers, the big financial institutions, when they, would purposefully move price to take out your stop loss, and then they move price in the direction that you originally wanted price to go to. So what happened here is that possibly a lot of people would have been putting their stop loss below this particular support zone. And what did price do? Price came down, took out people's stop losses over here, and price went all the way up. So what we'll be looking at also in intermediate classes is how to avoid being a victim of stop loss hunting. Okay, so you learn about all of that shortly. So let's find a scenario for a sell, for a downtrend. So we have price going down. Find the proper hold on. Let's find a scenario for a downtrend. Okay, so this is good. Now, let's just point out a few things here. You can see price going down. This is a downtrend, right? Impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse. Now, over here, what can we see? Price coming down here like so. When you know that price is in a downtrend, you can see this impulse move. You can see this correction move. You can see another impulse. Okay. Once you've seen something like this, let's play that back. Once you see something like this, okay, what are you interested in doing? You're not interested in selling. So which zone are you going to be selling from? You'll be selling at resistance. So you want to identify a resistance zone. So once you mark it, this is a resistance zone right here, you draw it out. So the next time price should come into this zone, you are interested in looking for selling opportunities. But before you sell here, you want to validate, is it validate or verify that resistance zone before you place entry. Okay, so let's play that forward and see what price is doing. So check it out. So price retraced into the zone. Okay, then we saw the bounce off. The next time that price is going to come here, we are interested in selling all the way down. Okay, let's see exactly what happened in the zone. You can see ultimately, you can see price dropping a bit from here. Price came back to the zone. The third time, it dropped again. Okay, so that particular resistance zone was very, very strong. And then ultimately, it moved price all the way down. So one way or the other, your entry would have kicked off somewhere here. And then you would have been able to take entry for a sell. Now, ongoing, we are seeing another continuation. We are seeing that price is giving us new lower lows. Okay, so this is a previous low. Okay, you can see a new lower low here. So once price is giving you new lower low, that is a continuation of the downtrend. So once you see this, you are interested in what? Selling. And to sell, we are looking for what? Opportunity to find a resistance. So resistance Is a resistance zone, okay? And so like so. So once price retraces into the zone, you're interested in selling. Okay, so let's see if we can validate this zone. Okay, so let's clear that forward. All right, so immediately price started dropping from that zone. Immediately. Let's just, let me play it forward a bit. Let's use turn. All right, so for this particular scenario, you can see price dropping from this resistance here, dropping all the way down. This particular drop, okay, was influenced by activity of this resistance. From this resistance. Okay, are we together, guys? Let me know if what I'm saying so far, if it makes sense to everybody. Okay, type in a yes in the chat box if you understand this concept of looking for support in an uptrend and looking for resistance in a downtrend. All right, Adam understands, Basi also understands. So now I'm going to stop here. Now, your next assignment, guys, is to see how price is reacting. Okay, in an uptrend, go on the charts and see how price is reacting at support zones. In a downtrend, see how price is reacting at resistance zones. Like I said in day one, you need to spend time on the charts. You need to spend time on the charts. You cannot take away screen time. No matter how long we spend together on these Zoom sessions, there are some things that you will not really understand properly until you look at the charts for yourself. Okay, so at least, I mean, you can devote at least 30 minutes to 1 hour every day to studying the charts. An average of us, we spend hours on our phone on a daily basis, watching TikTok or Instagram. And these are activities that will not really make us money. But the Forex market is an activity that can make you money. So why not focus on more productive things? 30 minutes to 1 hour on a daily basis, devoted to studying the charts. You want to be a student of the charts because this is your market. This is where the money is for you as a Forex trader. All right. So you need to be a master of the charts. The chart has to make sense to you. All right. So Faith, don't worry. You will have access to the replay. I'm going to ensure that all the replay from day 1 to day 3 is uploaded today. So by weekend, everybody can watch it if you want to watch day 1 to day 3. Okay. And if you're also a part of the WhatsApp group, we are going to be having all these replays there, and you can get a lot more clarification. Okay. Now, let us stop here for this perspective is what I want you to hone in on. All right. I want you to really understand it. So once we move to the intermediate class, we are going to be using different terms, different terminologies for this particular concept. And then we're going to be going deep into entries, how you can enter and how you can make profit. Okay. Now I want to talk about the concepts of risk management, money management. So risk management, money management, and psychology. All right. So I'm going to talk about them very, very quickly. Now, when you are trading in the financial markets, you know, the awesome thing about the Forex market is that unlike other businesses, you are the one that will set your risk in the Forex market. you can decide that, okay, I want to take this particular risk, all right? And you are the one that will decide that risk. You can decide that you want to be very, very conservative, or you want to be very, very aggressive. Unlike other businesses, that is into clearing, let's say that into shipping, that has plenty containers. One of the major risks that they face is that maybe if the ship should capsize, God forbid, they'll lose all their goods, and maybe insurance might not even cover everything, or they don't even have insurance, so they lose everything, right? Let's say somebody is into real estate. Let's say you buy a property in Dubai or something like that, and you are Nigerian, and based on maybe Dubai's laws and things, they release a policy, and then they are telling you to forfeit your property, because of course it's not your land, so they have the right over your property. Or let's even say you buy a property in Nigeria, let's say in Lekki, for example, Lagos, Lekki, and then maybe something really bad. You buy the property in Lekki, and possibly something really bad is now happening in Lekki, Lekki, and it's forcing people not to stay in Lekki anymore. So that means there'll be devaluation of properties in Lekki. So what you bought for maybe 8 million naira in the next 5 years can be, let's say, 100,000 naira or less. So there's a lot of things regarding risk management that you cannot control when it comes to other businesses. You can be easily affected by external factors, external policies, economy, and things like that. But unlike the foreign exchange markets, you can set your own risk. You decide how much you stand to lose before you enter any particular trade. Now, that's what I want us to know. And I'll talk about risk management briefly and how you can be risk conscious when it comes to trading in the financial markets. For any trade that you place, right, you want to know your risk, be risk conscious. So talking about risk management, let's divide this into two. There are two types of risk appetite, majorly. So depends on your appetite. If you're a trader, you can decide to be conservative, or you can decide to be aggressive. If you're a conservative trader in terms of profit, if you're making profits and you're being conservative, your profits will be steady, but small profits. But if you are being aggressive in terms of profit, your profit will be very, very massive. On the flip side, if you are being conservative and then you make a loss on that particular trade, your loss wouldn't really shake you because you are being conservative. You're not risking so much. But if you are being aggressive and then you make a loss, because you are being aggressive, that loss might shake you a bit because it will be so much. Okay, so what do I mean by conservative? What do I mean by aggressive? And how do we tie it up all into risk? Now, by risk, I'm talking about how much you are risking on a particular trade. So that is how much you stand to lose if that particular trade does not go your way. Because you must know that in the foreign exchange market, it is not every trade that you place that you will win. Okay, nothing works that way in real life, right? You don't win all the time, right? You win some, you lose some. That's life. Okay. Now, if you are being conservative, you want to have a risk of 1 to 5%. You want to risk 1 to 5% of your account per trade. Okay. And then if you are being aggressive, You want to risk anywhere from, let's say, 6 to 20%. Use 20% of your account per trade. Okay, so let's say your account is an account of $1,000. Okay, if you are being conservative and then you are risking 1% of your account, so this is your account size. If you are being conservative and you are risking 1% of your account, how much do you stand to lose if that particular trade doesn't go up? So you are about to enter a trade on GBP USD, a buy order. If that trade does not go your way, how much will you lose? 1% of $1,000 is what? $10. You would have lost $10 out of $1,000. Okay, it might not really shake you because you still have $990 left in your portfolio. So it will take a long time. If the market is very, very bad, you're not making profit, you're making consistent losses, it will take a very, very long time for you to blow your account if you are risking 1% per trade. That means in order for you to lose your capital, if you are risking 1% per trade, you need to lose 100 trades, literally, consecutively. All right, you must do that, but most of the time it might be very, very impossible for anybody to lose 100 trades consecutively, back to back, if you have a good trading strategy. All right, if you are being aggressive on the flip side, and then you are risking, let's say, 10% of your account per trade, that means if that trade does not go your way, if you lose that trade, you will have lost $100 of your account. So that means you'd have $900 left. If you have the appetite for it, you go for it. So you are the one that will determine your risk. So once you are fine with the risk you are incurring on a particular trade, that's when you should go ahead with placing that trade. But for some of us that are just getting started, or the popular thing out there for beginners is that you don't even know how much you stand to lose if this trade does not go your way, right? An average trader is just putting up random lot sizes on their MT5 to trade. Remember, when we're talking about the concept of lot sizes, I made an analogy and I explained that lot sizes pretty much talks about your stake. How much are you putting into a particular trade? So this also has a lot to do with your lot size. Which lot size will you be using? Micro lots, mini lots, or standard lots? That will determine your risk, how much of the money you are investing in that particular trade. So this begs the question, how do you know the right lot size that you should be using based on your account size and based on your risk appetite? All right. There are some people that they are naturally aggressive with risk. They will never be conservative, and that is okay. It is not bad to be aggressive. Just be very, very strategic and know exactly what you're doing. There are some people that are risk averse. They don't really like losing money. They're looking for 100% guaranteed ways to make money. So such people will be a lot more conservative and make their money small. It's fine. So whatever category you belong to, just be aware of your risk appetite and trade with that consciousness. Know exactly how much you stand to lose in a trade if it does not go your direction. If you are trading with risk management in mind, you stand a higher chance to have better longevity in the forex market than most traders. Okay, traders go on sabbatical leave frequently. When you speak to a forex trader that has been trading for 4 years, for example, he will tell you that he lost money one period, he stopped trading for another 3 months, another 4 months, he came back, he's just back into trading. Okay, but if you are risking properly, you are doing proper money management, you won't have the opportunity to blow your account. Okay, you won't have that chance to blow your account because you are being risk conscious. You know exactly what you are doing. And even if you blow your account, you are being aggressive, you know exactly how to correct that and how to make adjustments. So let's talk about how do you determine the right lot size you should be using based on your risk appetite. So we're going to be using a free tool called the position size calculator. It's a free tool. Okay. It's a free tool. So let's just go there. So you want to go to your browser. Go to your browser and then you want to search for position size calculator. Oh, let me share my browser. So I want to search for position size calculator. So this is available web version. If you also search on the Google Play Store or the App Store, you see other mobile apps that will do exactly the same thing. So this one is where you want to come to the one on the My FX book, this one. Okay, this is a link you want to click on to get to that page. So once you are here, you click on it, then you'll be taken to a page where you'll be asked some questions, and those questions would help you determine the right lot size that you should be using per time. First one is the currency pair. So which currency pair are you looking at trading at that particular instance? So let's say I want to trade GBP USD. Okay, account currency is in USD, right? Account size, how much do you have in your trading capital on your MT5? How much is there? Okay, let's say $500. What is your risk ratio in percentage? So this is now you and your risk appetite. Are you being conservative or are you being aggressive? So how much of your account are you risking on this particular trade? Is it 5%? Is it 10%? Is it 20%? Is it 50%? Whatever, depends on you. So put in that. So let's put in 10%, for example. Okay. Next question is stop loss in pips. So what is the value of your stop loss in pips? That means from your entry to your stop loss, that distance, that in pips. So is it 10 pips? Is it 20 pips? Okay, you put it there. So let's say our stop loss is 8 pips stop loss. Trade size in lots, you leave it as default, and then you click on calculate, right? So when you click on calculate, you see it's there under sizing, you see your lot size. So based on your account size and the nature of your trade, your stop loss and everything, the lot size you should be using is 0.63 lots, right? You can see so that if you lose this trade, you would only lose $50 from $500, which is 10% of your account. So you're able to know the right lot size you should be using. So if I want to risk, let's say 3%, for example, calculate, that means my lot size will change to 0.19 lots. So On every trade that you're about to place, you want to make use of the position size calculator. Okay, click on position size calculator and then use it. All right. Is that clear? Let me know if you understand this concept of knowing the right lot size to use. It's very, very simple tool. Very, very simple. Personally, I still use it for all my trades. Right? I don't just use a random lot size to take entry. All right? A good forex trader understands risk, knows how much is risking on every trade. It doesn't matter if you are being aggressive or being conservative, but you need to know how much you are willing to risk, because that will put your mind at ease. So something about risk management is that, so once you see this and then you see how much you are risking, in this case, I'm risking $15 from $500. You now ask yourself, am I okay with this money that I am risking? If you are okay with the risk, go ahead and place the trade. But if you are not okay with the risk, maybe it's too much, then you reduce your lot size or you reduce your risk. Or if it's too small, you want to be more aggressive, you increase the risk. It's as simple as that. So only take a buy or sell order when you are fine with the risk. And that will help you automatically help you manage your money. We also said something about money management. And every trader does not understand money management. All right. So this is dependent on the risk that you are placing on a particular trade. All right. It will help you, it will tell you how much of your money you are risking per time. Okay, how much of money you have in your account per time, how you can grow your account per time, or your losses per time. Okay, so it's good to have a structure as to your money and as to risk. All right, so that's the only concept that we'll talk about under risk management for our level. Right, so when we get to intermediate level, we are going to talk about other concepts under risk management. Concepts like, your risk to reward, okay, all of those good things. So lastly, let's talk about psychology real quick. As a forex trader, there's something we call mindset, the mindset of a trader. As to anything in life, if you achieve success in anything that you are doing, your mindset, it truly matters. That is your state of mind. It matters a whole lot. Likewise, in the forex market, trading in the financial market, that is actually tough. To be honest, that trading forex and crypto is tough. You need to have a solid trading game. You need to have a solid mindset. There are some things there's a particular way you should be thinking in order to be successful with trading. All right. So let's talk about a few concepts. Let me see if I can bring up a slide for us, and then we'll talk briefly about a few things under psychology, things that you should overcome and things that you should start doing to have a solid mindset. Give me a second. Let me bring up a slide real quick. I think it should be here. All right. Just give me a second. All right. Now, one thing that I want us to talk about really is the concept of greed. An average person is greedy, or the majority of human beings across the world. Deep down, there's greed in us. And by greed, I mean that's insatiable desire to have everything all to yourself. You want to make a lot of money. You want to you want to make, for some people now that maybe they don't have up to ₦1 million in their account, you are looking for ways that you can make ₦1 million under 2 days. You are looking for opportunity like no man's business. And finally, you are being told that in the Forex market, it's averaging $6 trillion on a daily basis. You want to leverage on the market and solve all your problems in a day or in a week. You are being greedy. It's a natural thing. The first thing you want to cure as a Forex trader is that greed. You won't know how greedy you are until you start trading Forex. Honestly. Okay, and greed would ensure that you blow your account a whole lot. Okay, let me share with you my personal experience with greed. So during the pandemic 2020, I funded my account with around $3,000. Okay, and in under 2 weeks, I was able to grow that account to somewhere around $4,500. Now, before I entered the trade, I didn't really plan. I think my goal that month was to make, let's say, 10% or like 20% profit. So I was fine with just making about $1,000 in that particular month. Okay. But I was making, I was in profit of about $1,500. I had about 4,500. Yes, about 1.5. Much beyond my target. I exceeded my target. But for some reason, I couldn't just bring myself to close that trade. I don't know why. I wanted to make more money. I was now targeting $6,000. I wanted to make extra 1.5 because I saw that, okay, maybe the market is on my side. I was being greedy. I was not ready to take what the market has given to me. Okay, and I was all out. And unfortunately for me, okay, one day I saw $4,500 in my account. The next day, I think I woke up and I was in a loss of about, I was now in a loss of $600. I'm like, this market is still going to retrace, is still going to go back. Let me leave it. I didn't use any stop loss because I felt that I would recover. Unfortunately for me, in a few hours from that moment, I lost everything. Me that I had the opportunity to be in profit of $1,500, I ended up losing my entire portfolio in one day. Okay, because I was playing greedy. All right. In your journey, you might also experience something similar, but you want to, kill that greed. You don't need it. It's not going to really work for you. Okay, kill the greed. When you decide to risk appropriately, and then you have a profit target, take your profits, okay, and leave the rest to the market. Okay, have a target for profit, and let it be a realistic target. Okay, that's the only way you can cure greed. Don't try and solve all your problems in a month. Okay, solve your problems gradually. Okay, if you are steady, slow and steady, you're going to win. Okay, the next thing that I want to talk about is the concept of fear. I'm still trying to look for that particular slide. Once I see it, I'll put it up for us to take a look at. Okay, so I think I see it. Good. So let me talk about fear real quick. Now, as a Forex trader, can we all see this slide? Let me know if you can see it. Type in a yes in the chat box. Let me know if my setup is good. If you can see the PowerPoint slide, type in a yes. Okay. Type in a yes in the chat box. All right, let's go. Okay. So we've talked about greed. Let's talk about fear. Okay, there's a lot of things under fear. For example, the fear of missing out, FOMO. So this is an example is, let's say you are taking a particular trade or you planned on taking a particular trade. One way or the other, you missed the entry. You had been waiting for a few hours or a few days and you missed the entry. The next time that you got on your chart, you found out that the trade is now going your way. But you did not want to let the trade go. You wanted to be a part of the trade one way or the other. You now jumped into the trade, without taking into consideration other factors. You just risked it. That is fear of missing out. More times, a lot of times, it is not going to end well if you are trading with that particular fear of missing out. If you miss a trade, let the trade go and wait for another trading opportunity. The market is not going anywhere. As long as there are different currencies being used around the world, the forex market is going to exist. The only time that the forex market wouldn't exist is when we have one currency globally. All right, so there would always be trading opportunities for you. And then if you miss out on one particular currency pair, we have a lot of currency pairs that you can trade, not just one. So go to another currency pair and look for another trading setup. And another thing about fear is that, let's say you are currently experiencing a losing streak. Maybe you lost 2 or 3 trades in a row. Okay. Anybody will feel bad about that. And that is now making you not to want to trade again, even if you are seeing a very, very good setup, because you are now afraid of losing another trade. You now don't want to place a trade, even though you are seeing a very, very interesting setup. Okay. What if that trade that you are afraid of taking is the trade that will help you recover all the losses that you've made? You never can tell. You have to take that risk. Okay. And if you are putting risk management into perspective, you are fine. So don't ever be afraid of entering trades, as long as the trades meet your entry parameters, as long as it is within your trading plan. Take the shot. Okay, take the shot and you'll be fine. Let data do its thing. All right, let's talk about overconfidence. There comes a time in your journey as a forex trader that you are winning. You are just winning. I mean, every trade you place, you are making money back to back. Now, at that period in your life, in your journey as a trader, you have to be very, very careful, because at that point, you might start overlooking some concepts. You will not be doing your due diligence as you should have. You now become very, very comfortable. That's very, very dangerous. Never get to a point where you think you have totally mastered the market. You need to continuously be a student of the market. All right. If you've won 5 trades this week, don't be so full of yourself. And then next week you are just doing things, not really doing proper in-depth analysis as you would have. All right. The cure for overconfidence is to simply follow your trading to the letter. Don't skip a step. Okay, be very, very disciplined. Okay, discipline, they say, is the soul of an army. It makes small number formidable. Okay, so nervousness, yes. So nervousness and fear is connected. That's when you are, having double a second thought. You are second guessing entry, and that can be due to your experience in the past trading. Okay, doubts, something. If you have a solid trading plan, you'll find out that you will naturally overcome all of these psychological issues. If these issues are still with you, you will not experience success on the long run as a trader. And having the right mindset as a trader is a journey. It's not happen in a week. It might take you 3 months. It might take you a month for you to really, really master your mindset. All right. Let me recommend a book to everybody here. It's called Trading in the Zone. Okay. Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. So look for that book online. I would also try and get the book, the ebook, and post it in the WhatsApp group that we're going to create so that we can all read the book. It will really help you have total, hack for your mindset, right? You'll be able to, trade and trade consistently. Okay. So, like I always say, you don't have to blow your account to be a good trader. Unlike me, that I'm a product of, blowing accounts right now, due to the money that I've lost trading Forex, I don't have, I say it jokingly, I don't have feelings anymore because my heart is now very, very strong. Okay, I've lost so much. Even after I lost 5K during the pandemic, I lost more than that after that. When I started trading Forex, I borrowed $1,000 from all these loan companies in Lagos. I lost everything in the second week. So I lost a lot of money. By force, I had to control my psychology. I had to be on track. So I learned from bad experiences that I have. But you don't have to have a bad experience to be a good trader. Okay, just follow what I'm telling you. Okay, just follow what I'm telling you. Do your possible best to overcome all of these things, and then you'll be fine. Am I communicating, guys? Am I talking good? Am I talking good? All right, let me know if we're on track. We've come to the end of the bootcamp, guys. Let me know if you've gotten value. Has this been productive for you? Let me first of all even appreciate everybody, for devoting these 3 days, and then you are joining, you are being consistent. It's blessed. Yes. Faith said yes. Perfect. I want to write this to is you want to start engaging, okay, in the water organize at 10 trade, and then your journey, one way or the other, you're going to get better. So 10 trades is providing education for you to help you become a better trader. Okay, and then we are giving this to you at 0 cost. all you need to do majorly is to become a 10-trade client and show commitment by funding your account. Lesson said, I like for you to become my coach to grow. Good. So if you are in the 10-trade platform, you would always see me around. Okay, so we would always be together. So you can ask your questions. All right. So Blessing just joined us. I'll just do a recap of the plan that I have for everybody here. I want to add everybody or majority of us to a separate WhatsApp group for ongoing conversation about this concept. If you have questions, you can type your questions in the groups, you get support, you get better. But we are only going to do that for clients of 10-trade and people that actually will use the mentorship that they'll be receiving. Only people that have money to trade in their accounts. So how do you join the WhatsApp group? You want to become a client of 10-trade and you want to fund your account. Okay, once you do that, you'll be added to the platform. All right, so we have a lot of people that already indicated interest, those that are already funded, and those that plan to fund. So if you are hearing this for the first time and you want to be a part of that group, you want to fund your account, or you're already funded and then you want to be a part of the WhatsApp group, type in your phone number in the chat box right now. Somebody will contact you and then we'll walk you through this process. So we already have about 6 or 7 people that have dropped their phone number already. If you're just joining us, you want to drop your phone number in the chat box right now so that we'll get you on board and then we'll continue our conversation. All right, guys, I've had an amazing time with us in these 3 days. Good. So Blessing dropped her number. Blessing, fantastic. All right, so our account officers will contact you either today or tomorrow and walk you through what you need to do and how you're going to join that particular WhatsApp group for the ongoing conversations that we'll have in the foreign exchange market. Okay, so Blessing is a guy. Oh, interesting. All right, awesome. So Blessing, so fund your account, very, very, very important, so that you be a part of what we plan on doing. Okay. So guys, any questions? Any questions? I'm taking questions now. Any questions? If you want me to unmute you, signify I'm going to unmute you. Or you can just type your questions in the chat box. This is everything based on what you've learned so far. From day 1 to day 3, do you have any questions? Where you need clarification? Any questions? So I'll just wait around for a few seconds. Any questions, or if you have comments? Okay, so Blessing, you have a question. Do you want to type your question or you want to be unmuted? Okay. So unmute yourself and ask your question.
Good afternoon, boss.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Actually, I came in the class yesterday and I really enjoyed your teaching from the, demand and supply zone you taught yesterday. I really enjoyed it.
Awesome.
So I would really like for you to kind of, I don't know if it will be possible to kind of run a recap on yesterday class.
I should run a recap on yesterday's class.
Yes, sir. If that's will be possible.
We can't do that on this beginner session. What you can do is to get access to the replay. Okay. All right. So you can watch it again. So the replay will be on the 10-trade YouTube channel. All right. Oh. So you can just on the WhatsApp group, you can get a link to the channel, or just go to YouTube and search for 10-trade Academy. You see our channel there. You see access to this information. And then, subsequently, we're also going to have a separate group as well for intermediate workshops. Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
sir.
So don't worry, just so you get feedback on that, and it's only for our existing clients.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I've been trying to like fund my account, and I told you yesterday that I have $10 that
Okay.
I want to fund with. But my account manager, I talked to her and she said she would kind of send me the link. Up to now, I have not gotten any link from her.
Okay, so just do a little bit of reminder, okay?
All right, no problem.
And then you get feedback.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So guys, be on the lookout. We have amazing things coming your way from 10 Trade. 10 Trade, like I said, is an ecosystem. We are trader focused. We want you to be successful in your trading journey. All right. So let me appreciate everybody for being a part of this session. For people that have indicated interest to fund their account, to be a part of the special WhatsApp group, you are going to be contacted. So be on the lookout for a message or a call from our account officers at 10 Trade, and then we'll walk you through how we can continue this conversation. All right. Yes, we have physical sessions. We hold physical sessions as well. So you will be Lesson is asking, you'll be giving information about that on the WhatsApp group. For one-on-one, there's a special offer for one-on-one. All you need to do is to fund your account with minimum of $500. Okay, so Blessing, I can do a one-on-one with you for 30 minutes to 1 hour, and we walk through some concepts and clarify those things easily. So to qualify for that one-on-one session is a funding of $500. That is money that we are going to trade with. So you're not paying anybody, all right? Because at that level, you are getting access to premium content, high-level information that when you implement it, there's no way you wouldn't get interesting results. All right. So once you fund your account with that particular amount of money, reach out to your account manager and then let them know that you need access to the one-on-one session. Okay. All right, guys. So we're going to reach out to you this week. Be on the lookout. I want to wish everybody here all the very best. All right. Let's have a remarkable weekend, guys. And then last but not the least, very, very important, guys, if you are in Lagos, we have an amazing, what's it called? Amazing summit starting tomorrow, the 10 Trade Summit. We are going to be learning from 4 amazing individuals, all right? Mr. Victor Ufort, myself, Mr. Jonathan, and Adenike. Let me bring up the flyer real quick. And access to the summit is free. We are not charging you to be able to come for the summit. When you come for the summit, you'll be getting exposed to trading knowledge, to trading secrets, how you can up your game as a Forex trader, how even 10 Trade can help you become a better trader. All right, it's a value-packed session, and it's going to start by 10 a.m. tomorrow morning at our office here in Lagos, Ikeja, Okpebi. All right, hold on. To register for the summit, you only need to send a text message to a particular number. Hold on, give me a second. And then we're going to do this. All right. If you're in Lagos, type in Lagos. Let me know. How many of us here are in Lagos? Type in Lagos in the chat box if you're in Lagos. Let me know if you're in Lagos. Okay, Faith is Lagos, Glory is in Lagos. Okay, perfect. Okay, so Faith and Glory, all you need to do is to make your way down to down to Lagos tomorrow. Hold on, I'm trying to bring up the slide, but unfortunately, I am not able to make that happen. Just give me a second while I fix that real quick. I've got the slide somewhere. So our office is at the opposite Spa of Kwebi. All right, 10 a.m. tomorrow. I'm sure you must have been seeing the flyer. WhatsApp group. So you want to engage with the flyers, okay, be a part of the session, and your trading game will be taken to the next level. All right. So guys, I can't get the flyer up right now, but just be on the lookout on our WhatsApp groups, on our Telegram groups. You see access. You see the flyers and information, okay, and how to register. You send a text message, okay, to a particular number, trading career, and I'll see you some other time. Good night, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Yes, the flyer, I've got it. So this, let's do that. So this is a 10 trading summit. You should see it shortly. Yeah. So 4 amazing individuals of it all, Ford, myself, Adenike, and Jonathan. 15th of April, which is tomorrow, 10 a.m. Nigerian time. This is our office address right here, second floor at number 45 of Kwebi Road, opposite Spa of Kwebi. It's free of charge, but you need to register. How do you register? You want to send T10 to the number showing on your screen right now. That is 07. So let me just type in that number for you guys on the chat box. So send T10 to 07031993269. So send that via text message, and a seat will be reserved for you, right? There's limited number of seats, so you want to hurry so that your spot is not taken. Okay, so guys, I'll see you some other time. God bless you. So just take a screenshot of this page so that you don't miss out on this event. All right. Good night, everybody. Have a remarkable weekend.